The forbidden mystery. Who was Cain's wife, really? From the dawn of humanity, Cain's story has echoed as one of the darkest and most mysterious. The firstborn of Adam and Eve, Cain committed an unthinkable act. He murdered his own brother, Abel. But what do we truly know about him? The Bible is surprisingly vague about many aspects of his life. But one question in particular remains. Who, exactly, was Cain's wife? The absence of any direct mention of his partner turns her identity into an unsettling mystery. Cain, marked by sin and divine punishment, appears to be a solitary man. Yet we know he married and had children. How is that possible if there were supposedly no other people besides his immediate family? The lack of details in the biblical narrative opens the door to speculation, theories, and even alternative interpretations, making this story even more enigmatic. But what if this omission is more than just an oversight? What if there is something much deeper and hidden behind it? Let's explore this mystery further, starting with the traditional explanation that attempts to fill in the gaps left by the Bible. When we think about Cain and his wife, one of the most widely accepted theories is that he married one of his sisters. This assumption is based on a commonly overlooked detail. In the Bible, the only family mentioned at the beginning of creation is that of Adam and Eve. This raises the possibility that, for humanity to multiply, Adam and Eve's children, such as Cain, would have had to marry among themselves. But this doesn't answer all the questions. How would this have affected morality and beliefs about purity and lineage? In an era when the creation of the world and humanity was still an unfolding mystery, would such relationships have been accepted without question? The issue also extends to how Cain's descendants fit into the narrative. They seem to lead their own lives, forming cities and establishing lineages. Even more intriguing, Cain is cursed and exiled, yet he builds a family. What does this reveal about his wife? Could there be more behind this seemingly simple explanation? What first appears to be an obvious answer is actually layered with complexities. And as we dig deeper, new questions begin to emerge, leading us into even more uncharted territory. Before we continue, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, because in the next videos we'll uncover even more mysteries you won't want to miss. But what if the answer to Cain's wife isn't as simple as a sister? What about the theory that suggests there may have been other people on Earth, created independently of Adam and Eve? This idea, rooted in some older and even esoteric interpretations of the Bible, raises fascinating questions about human origins. If other women existed, unrelated to Adam and Eve, it would open up a range of possibilities regarding Cain's wife. But if other humans did exist, why doesn't the Bible explicitly mention them? Could they have been part of a first creation, as some ancient religious traditions suggest? The Bible's exclusive focus on Adam and Eve leaves a narrative void that cannot be ignored. What could this mean for the nature of creation and humanity itself? Were these other women a hidden truth, or merely speculation? This theory takes the mystery of Cain to an entirely new level, where the very structure of divine creation is called into question. And what if the answer to this mystery lies buried in ancient, long-forgotten texts? To fully understand this possibility, we need to examine the myths and legends that surround early humanity. This takes us into even more fascinating territory. Now let's delve into a theory that goes beyond tradition and into the realm of the supernatural and the esoteric. Imagine for a moment that Cain didn't marry an ordinary woman from the human lineage, but someone far more intriguing. Some myths suggest that Cain's wife could have been a descendant of Lucifer, or even one of the Nephilim, the offspring of the sons of God and the daughters of men. These beings, according to various traditions, were a blend of humanity and something else, a lineage that was not purely human. If Cain married someone from this lineage, he would, in a sense, be continuing a dark pact, one that linked the first line of humanity to powerful, hidden forces. But what if this marriage wasn't just symbolic? What if it was the key to something even deeper? What would this reveal about Cain's nature, his curse, and his wife's role in the grand scheme of humanity? Could she have been a crucial figure in something the biblical texts chose to conceal? This mystery opens up an even broader field of speculation, and as we explore further, the layers of this theory become increasingly complex. The answer to Cain's wife's identity might not just be about genealogy. It might be the key to understanding a hidden chapter of biblical history. As we try to understand who Cain's wife truly was, the influence of ancient myths and legends cannot be ignored. Many ancient cultures, such as the Sumerians and Mesopotamians, had narratives that not only overlapped, but also shaped the way we interpret biblical stories. For instance, in ancient Sumer, there were stories of the Anunnaki, beings who descended from the heavens and interacted with humanity. These myths describe creatures that could be descendants of gods or even cosmic beings, and many suggest that these bloodlines directly influence the origins of human civilizations. The connection between these myths and Cain's wife may be closer than we think. If Cain married someone from a mysterious and possibly extraterrestrial lineage, as some traditions suggest, the very concept of marriage and reproduction could take on an entirely different meaning. Could Cain's wife have been more than just a woman? Perhaps an entity with a significant role in shaping the destiny of humanity? Or even more intriguingly, could the story of Cain and his wife be an allegory for something much deeper, possibly linked to forbidden knowledge? As we continue exploring these mythological influences, the mystery surrounding his wife only deepens, leading us to question whether there are truths far older than what the scriptures reveal. Did you already know about these theories? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. One of the most intriguing questions regarding Cain's wife is, why does the Bible, when recounting the creation of a new world, fail to provide more details about how humanity multiplied? The traditional answer revolves around the idea of exogamy, marrying outside one's immediate lineage. This raises a fundamental philosophical question. What does this mean for religious views on purity and morality? Cain, marked by his crime, was hardly the kind of person society would idealize as a leader or a role model. But does his union, with either a sister or a descendant of another lineage, indicate an attempt to create something new? A fusion of opposing worlds and destinies? If we accept the possibility that Cain was part of something greater, involving the merging of different bloodlines, then the very concept of purity begins to unravel. After all, if Adam and Eve were the first humans, what would make the relationship between their children so sinful or immoral if they were the only people on earth? Could this idea of exogamy be linked to original sin? Or perhaps something even deeper? The mystery of Cain's wife, then, is not just a matter of human lineage, but a challenge to the very foundations of divine creation and morality. This reflection leads us into a realm of speculation, where Cain and his wife's story gains a far broader significance than we initially imagined, guiding us toward a deeper understanding of creation and the fall of humankind. Cain's children, though rarely discussed, are key pieces in solving this enigma. The Bible mentions the birth of Enoch, who became the patriarch of the first city, named after him. Cain, therefore, not only married but also founded a bloodline. What does this reveal about his wife? If we consider the theory that she was a mysterious woman from another lineage, then the birth of Enoch and his rise to establish a city become indicative of something greater. Enoch, being a central figure in this narrative, may have been a symbol of something that transcends our traditional understanding of human. His relationship with Cain and his mother could be an important clue in deciphering the purpose of this cursed lineage. Since the Bible records these secondary figures in such a brief manner, without much explanation, it leaves more room for speculation. Could Enoch, like his mother, have carried an influence from sources beyond common humanity? What drove him to build a civilization despite the shadow of the curse? By focusing on Cain's children, we uncover even more questions about his wife's true role. If she was not merely an ordinary woman, perhaps she was a key figure in the birth of something much larger, something that remains misunderstood even to this day. The mystery surrounding Cain's wife is deeply tied to the curse placed upon him after Abel's murder. In his anger, God marked Cain with a sign, not just to exile him, but also to protect him from being killed. At first glance, this curse appears to be a direct divine punishment, but what happens when we consider Cain's wife in this context? Was she merely a victim of her husband's downfall, or is there something more profound at play? The fact that Cain continued his bloodline, fathered children, and founded a city is puzzling. His wife, possibly a woman with a mysterious origin, must have played a crucial role in this process. Cain's pact and the divine protection he received could actually be a reflection of something much larger, the perpetuation of a cursed lineage that was also mysteriously safeguarded. What does this mean for the fate of humanity? Did Cain's wife share in his curse? Or was she simply the one responsible for continuing a legacy that, in some way, transcended Cain's actions? Is the mark upon Cain a sign of hope or an eternal prison for everyone involved? The deeper we delve into this question, the more we uncover hidden secrets yet to be revealed. Before we continue, I noticed you haven't hit the like button yet. If you're enjoying this content, go ahead and click the thumbs up. As we delve deeper into the mystery of Cain's wife, we reach a point where conspiracy theories start taking over the narrative. What is it that we're not supposed to know about this story? Over the centuries, scholars, mystics, and even occultists have raised questions about what might be hidden between the lines of biblical texts. Could these omissions be intentional? Some claim there is a deliberate reason behind the silence surrounding Cain's wife, something that goes beyond a mere lack of information. Maybe her true identity is something beyond ordinary human comprehension, something that could change our perception of creation and even religion itself. Conspiracy. Theories arise when the official narrative appears to leave out something significant. What if Cain's wife wasn't just an ordinary woman, but someone who played a crucial role in the formation of a hidden system of power, one that has lasted for generations, possibly even to this day? This possibility opens the door to an even more unsettling reflection on the true origins of humanity and the influence of external forces on our destiny. With each new clue, the mystery only deepens, making us question what is really being kept from us. When analyzing the story of Cain and his wife, we cannot ignore the powerful symbols woven into this narrative. Cain, the brother who killed, the man marked with a sign that set him apart from all others, carries a symbolism that extends far beyond his crime. And what about his wife? If she truly came from an unknown lineage, perhaps she too carried hidden symbols, representations of something that transcends common understanding. Across different cultures, the story of Cain has been reinterpreted and transformed into allegory. He is seen not just as the first murderer, but as an archetype of rebellion, a figure who breaks away from divine order. His wife, though a secondary character, could represent the link between two forbidden bloodlines, a union that defied divine norms. Could she embody the subversion of what is considered sacred? And what does that tell us about the forces that operate in the shadows of history? Every symbolic element in Cain's story leads us to a bigger question. Why does the Bible, while revealing so little about her, still offer so many hints about what lies hidden within the depths of humanity? After exploring the various theories, the intriguing symbolism, and the possibility of mysterious bloodlines, we are left with one fundamental question. What does this unresolved mystery about Cain's wife teach us? Why does the Bible, which is so rich in detail, leave this part of the story in silence? The lack of clear answers about her true identity only amplifies the mystery, making Cain's story even more fascinating. Perhaps this omission is meant to teach us something deeper about the nature of knowledge and truth. Are the answers beyond the written words, in a realm where interpretation and faith intersect? This mystery challenges us to look beyond what is evident, to question the narratives we take for granted, and to seek meaning in the spaces between the lines. And as we near the conclusion, it becomes impossible to ignore that the mystery of Cain and his wife reflects the very human journey of trying to understand the divine and the unexplainable. What we don't yet know about this story may actually be more revealing than any clear-cut answer ever could be. The Enigma of Cain, his wife, and his lineage is not just a historical curiosity, it's also a reflection on the future of humanity. Cain's legacy is a recurring theme, a cycle of creation and destruction, marked by an original sin that echoes to this very day. What could this legacy mean for us? If Cain and his wife established a lineage that existed parallel to the traditional human history, what does that say about the course of our own existence? And if, across centuries, we have been unconsciously repeating the errors of Cain's bloodline, a lineage that began with crime and a curse but also with creation and renewal, then what does that mean for our future? Could the fate of humanity be mysteriously intertwined with this unresolved past? Are we, in some way, trapped in a cycle that began long before we became aware of it? The mystery surrounding Cain's wife is, ultimately, a mirror of humanity's own search for meaning, identity, and transcendence. Thank you for watching until the end. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss more amazing content like this.